Hey gang, Tony here, and when you see piles of bags next to me, you always know what that means, right? That's right. It's yard sale finds video. I finally found, and you guys who follow me elsewhere know this already, but I finally found the Ecto Cooler in the juice box. And so, sorry, just allow me this 1 minute to talk about Ecto Cooler again before I get into the finds. But the Ecto Cooler juice box is really the thing I have the cans and I drank the cans, but there's something about getting the straw and taking it out of the package. I know this is going to sound ridiculous to most people, but there's really just a feel to like getting the straw out and the slight, and you get, there's just something about that really adds to the nostalgia for me. And granted, the box is a little different in size and it doesn't look exactly the same, but when you drink it out of the juice box, it's just better. I know it's exactly the same thing, but you cannot convince me, and you will not convince me, that drinking it out of the juice box isn't somehow better than the can. You can't convince me of that. I'm sorry. I know it's pretty ridiculous, but that's what I had as a kid. Makes me feel good. Okay, first of all, just going backwards in time, I did mention, things haven't been great. There's the funk that I've been in a little bit, but I did miss some weeks with yard sale stuff. So quickly, I did mention this last time. I got Silent Hill, and then Jak and Daxter 1 and 2. This is actually still sealed. That was one thing that I never did show you, although I did tell you about it last time I did a video. And then I don't think I ever mentioned this or showed you, but I got Creepshow VHS in the clamshell, man! In the clamshell! I was pretty excited about that find. I think it was a quarter, which when it comes to VHS, I really don't want to pay more than like $1, so I don't care if, like, technically, it might be worth some money. It's VHS tapes. I kind of collect this stuff, but not really. It's like when I see a movie that I would like to have. So anyway, that was previous weeks. And, so there was a huge church flea market thing that was going on this week that they had been preparing for like 2 months. Apparently they do it every year. This is my first time there with my brother. We don't normally go out on Fridays together, but my brother was super excited about it, so we went out, and we did find some stuff, It was probably not as good as he was, he was a little disappointed. But I found a few things. I'll show you real quick. I got 2 Masters of the Universe Golden Books. One is I Have the Power, and the other is The River of Ruin. Alright, so a couple of books. They were like $0.25 each or something. They're not really worth much. I got them. I don't even like I know. Get ready to hate me, all of you 80s collectors, but I'm not really a big fan of Master of the Universe, He-Man, all that kind of stuff. I kind of watched it as a kid, but it was not one of my favorite things. I didn't collect the toys, so this is not really that big for me. But I figured a lot of people it is, so I'm probably going to throw those in like mystery boxes. I am going to be doing a giveaway pretty soon. I've been buying a lot of stuff at yard sales with the thought in mind that I want to do like a yard sale mystery box giveaway. So that I will be telling you guys about soon. I don't quite have it formulated yet. I found a Wario stuffed toy, which is from 2004. Yep, and it has the official Nintendo branding. I think, I just got that because it's a Nintendo thing, and obviously my futon no longer supports more than one person at a time because it's basically just for pillows and stuffed toys, so I figured I might as well just add to it, right? There you go, Wario. That might end up in a box at some point too, I don't know. And we've got this. I was actually really excited about, even though it's not the official vintage one. You know, I'm okay with it not being the official vintage one because it was only $1 anyway, but it is the Creepy Coffin Bank. Look at that. I love the box. Love the box. I love it. I love this box. I almost bought it just for the box. It's very cool. It's got the vintage look to it. It's made in like 2000 something, 2014, and it even has a $6 price tag on it, so we know it was pretty new. You can't take it with you. You'll die laughing. So this is a pretty neat little bank that you wind it up, and when you put it, kind of scoops the money in with a hand. So I'll show you really quick. Pretty neat little gadget. And when you put the money down on this button there, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So that was $1 or something like that, and I mean, come on. This is like right up my alley. I love this stuff. They do have, that is based on a tin litho from like, I don't know, maybe the 40s or 50s that is worth a lot more money. Hey, that'd be awesome to find that, but hey, what are you going to do? Alright, and finally, from yesterday, this is all yesterday's stuff, I did get some video games at the flea market, that church rummage sale thing. Unfortunately, nothing great, but some decent stuff, all PlayStation 1. I got a Steel Harbinger, which is the least valuable of the games. These are all complete, so that's good. This case is smashed up a little bit, but it is Resident Evil 2, double disc. Dino Crisis. Not a huge collector of PS1 stuff, but when I see games that I know are pretty sought after and they're only selling for like $1 each or something, I'll usually snag them. And finally, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Interestingly enough, Dino Crisis has a Resident Evil 3 demo on it. So those are $1 each. Most of them are pretty cool games that I'll probably try playing at least. Especially now that I have a PS2 that plays the... Well, actually my PS3 plays the PS1 games too, I think. But anyway. Alright, so that is yesterday. Today, my brother and I went around. There's this one sale that we went to yesterday. They said they had games somewhere. They couldn't find them. Come back today. We went back today. They still couldn't find them. I gave them my card. They called me after we left, and it turned out it was just PS2 and Xbox games, or maybe PS1 and Xbox games. And while I asked what stuff they had, and while some of them were okay, like they had Tekken, I just didn't want to go all the way back, and it wasn't like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, stuff that I really would have gotten excited about, so I let it slide, and we just left it. One of the first things I found today, which is maybe my favorite find of the day, I don't know if you guys know, I have a very small, like, monster record collection. I have a new one for that. Yeah, right? Monster Mash Sounds of Terror. The horror hit Monster Mash is on there, as is with almost every one of these sort of records. They always have Monster Mash on there. And the rest of them, though, look pretty cool. The Mummy's Revenge, Jack the Ripper, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Curse of the Zombies, Frankenstein Returns, The Victims of the Guillotine. There's some cool stuff on here. And I really like the imagery on this, so I was excited about that. It was $1. Can't really beat that, you know? The weirdest thing was this was among the stack of records they had. It was among Polka Dance, you know, How to Dance the Polka. Everything else was like polka. And then there was this. I was like, oh my god. This is actually from '74. So I'm pretty happy with that one. I'll put it with my collection. I've been thinking I might download, like I have a record player that you could play the record on and it goes on to, you know, makes a digital copy of it. I've been thinking about doing that and maybe using it as background music in some of my videos. So we'll see if I can get that done. And at the same yard sale, I got the Secret Codes for Consoles. It's a little book. It's for Xbox, GameCube, PlayStation 2, and the Xbox 360. Cheat codes. I was almost going to pass on this, but it was 50 cents. And I kind of couldn't pass on it for that, so pretty cool. Speaking of video games, I picked up a Greatest Hits PlayStation 2 Namco Museum game, which I really should have checked, but I didn't for some reason. Has the manual. Game is there, which is good. If I could get it out of here, I'll see if it's... Yeah, it looks pretty good. Alright. So, I don't know. I have a soft spot for these, you know, Namco Museum and Greatest Hit, arcade hit kind of games. I'll usually pick them up if they're $1 or $2. That was $2. I also got a PlayStation 2 cord, AV cord, and PlayStation 2 memory card. That was $2. And I got two Lionel catalogs from my dad that were $2. So it would have been $6. I talked him down to $5. You know, I forgot to tell you guys. I got a Lionel catalog from my dad at the flea market yesterday. That was 50 cents, and it turned out being the best score of the day because it was made in 1930, and it's worth anywhere from $100 to $175. I gave it to my dad because he collects Lionel trains and stuff. So that was pretty cool. That was a neat find, even though, you know, it's pretty much just for my dad's collection. And the last thing of the day was this Casper shampoo bottle. And I actually got an extra Casper head because this one is a little cracked and this one is a little kind of dirty. I'm going to see if I could clean this up, but it does have some, you know, something going on. That was $1, I think, and I don't know if it's worth anything, but I got it because it's Casper, and I have a couple other shampoo bottles like this, so I wanted to, I don't know, felt like picking it up. I thought it was pretty neat, little Casper shampoo bottle. And that does it. That is everything that I found today and yesterday at the sales. No, yeah, you know, there weren't any huge scores. Nothing that, like, I bought that's worth, you know, 100 times what I paid or anything like that, but still some pretty cool stuff. It was super hot today. I'm dying. I am going to think about that giveaway, the yard sale mystery box giveaway. I think that could be a lot of fun. Kind of just fill a box up with random stuff from the yard sales that I've been getting, and I don't know. I'll figure out how to gain entries to that. I'll probably do something easy. I don't want to go crazy with, like, you know, I'll figure something out, and I'll let you guys know. Alright, everybody, happy summer. Breathe deep of the night. I hope you guys did well at the yard sales. If you went out, let me know what you got, or make a video and show me the video. You know, tell me where it is. I'll go check it out. Alright, everybody, cheers. Breathe deep of the night. Talk to you soon.